Good morning, all you fine people. How are you this morning? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to.
Not next Monday, but the Monday after. Gonna go get a facial.
And she comes in like a wrecking ball. Good morning. Oh, good to see you, Flatty. Good to see you. And of course, Jude. Hey, Jude.
Hi, Flatty and Jude.
It's awesome. And all you other fine folks that are out there in the YouTube land just joining in to come hang out. Yes, I'm actually, on time this morning. I didn't oversleep. Got my coffee. And joking on my own saliva because that's what I do in the morning.
Right.
Oh man. So yeah, it looks like we talked about this a little bit last night that Murdaugh's they basically said it wasn't enough to warrant anything. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know. I have lots of feelings.
Well, feelings. Nothing more than feelings.
Yeah. Well, which is what the whole trial was about anyway. It was feelings.
Oh, exactly.
He's a bad man.
Yeah, him showing up after his wife has been deleted and his son, and he's not supposed to cry. And because he was very stoic in the courtroom because they tell him that they're supposed to be. Now
he's an attorney. For crying out loud. He's a flippin' attorney. He knows what a client should be doing in the courtroom.
Yes. Donald Trump awaits a judgment this week in another civil fraud case. It seeks $370 million, threatens to dissolve his real estate empire. Basically, what they're doing is they're valuing out all of his assets at $370 million.
Yep.
Yeah. Isn't that nice? How would you like that? How would you like to get sued by the state of okay, see, I live in Georgia. If I was to get sued by the state of Georgia, they were to look at all of my assets and go, yeah, we think that's worth $50.
Mm-hmm.
And we are going to force you to liquidate. We're going to force you to liquidate everything. And that's all you're going to get out of it. Now, anything above and beyond that, we will, take care of it. It'll take care of us. It'll go to those people that so despise you. That's all they're doing.
Right.
Trying to break the man. And whenever you see this kind of shit happen, it just makes you really suspicious of your government. So beyond the 1-2 punch of civil cases, the former, I thought they said the former front runner. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You want to prevent him from regaining political power. Yeah, that's what they've been doing. Judge already found fraud, now weighs death penalty for Trump business. Jesus, people are so stupid. See who's running for president, how they compare and stand on key issues in our voter guide, of course. Trump valued his Mar-a-Lago resort at 20 times the tax assessment, which you can do. And the reason why you do these kind of things is so you can get a better loan. And then you pay the loan back. And it's completely legal. People do it all the time. I go to bed, Farrell is streaming. I wake up, Farrell is streaming. I stream, Farrell is in chat. Yes.
Well, I would have went on with you, but I'm not good enough for your channel, apparently. So.
Well, I'm not either. I mean, I'm a special kind of retard over here, but
I know. I called David out like 47,000 times yesterday. Still no invite, but he'll have the liberal on and he'll have the Canadian on and.
Oh, geez. Woe is me.
But not his sister. Rude.
His sister. No less. I know, right? Except I haven't slept since noon yesterday. Jeez, man, get some sleep. Really, brother?
I slept a little bit last night, off and on, and I'll sleep today before work tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I get sleep. I have like today is going to be such a insane day. We got the quote on getting our the work done. It could be I
Ooh.
think they 6 to 8 weeks for it to get completed. For all the stuff that we want to do. I still haven't seen what the quote is for the insurance company because they were supposed to send out two quotes. The one they were going to send to the insurance company and the quote they were going to send to us, which basically is the other stuff. Like they're sending what the insurance company will take care of. And then they sent us a quote. I've only seen the quote for us, so I have no idea what the other quote is, you know, because the insurance company won't cover,
Right.
for example, putting waterproofing on the house or something like that. They won't cover that. They'll cover the drain and that or the damage caused by that, but beyond that, they won't cover it. So
I don't like that.
that's awesome.
What
Hey, Fed
what
Rossi, how's
exactly
it
is
going?
that? Good morning,
And
Fed.
yeah, Fed's one of my favorites that comes in here. And he's just like, "Hello, Mister Wiznut and Farrell."
I know,
He
I
probably
like
says
Fed.
it just like that too. Uh yeah. So here you go. It's just ridiculous that they're gonna. Trump tells a court in New York fraud trial is election interference. It is. It is. If you're constantly going after somebody with frivolous
Right,
lawsuits and then judges are allowing it, like most crap is not going to happen like this. I mean, I cannot think of a single time in history that someone running for political office has had so many people coming after them
right.
from so
Not
many
like
different
not
angles.
like that, like, it's ads and, like, bringing up all your past. It's not,
Oh yeah, they're
"Tru here's another
yeah.
lawsuit, here's another lawsuit."
Here's another lawsuit, and
It's
it's
so they can say he's sitting with 47 billion lawsuits right now. Do you want that? Yep,
yeah.
kinda do.
Yeah. Actually, we kind of do because it makes him appear like you guys are really going
Yeah, the more
whole
that they
hog on
do
this
it,
guy.
the more it looks like they're doing what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. It does. No thanks. So what do we have here? And of course, more of the same fuckery. Because here we go. No, I don't. I don't give two shits about CNN. Except you just happen to have the news story I wanted to read. Former conservative federal appellate judge is arguing to the Supreme Court to keep Donald Trump off of the ballot. Okay, he's a former judge. Who gives two shits what this guy says? Arguing the ex-president's effort to cling to power after his 2020 election loss was broader than South Carolina's secession from the U.S. that triggered the civil. Oh, Jesus Christ,
Mhm.
Mr. Trump
Words
trying
are
to prevent
hard.
the. Yeah, no, it's just stupid that they have that kind of really like. So you're listening to some former judge. It is coyote breeding season. That is true. It's very true. Mr. Trump tried to prevent the newly elected President Biden from governing anywhere in the United States.
What? Newly elected?
This is what CNN has to say, and you wonder why people are so angry. The Because they want they're trying to make it sound like, oh, we've got a civil war brewing, and if Trump loses, we're going to have a civil war. If Trump wins, we're going to have a civil war. South
They say
Carolina's
that every
secession,
time.
yeah, the South Carolina secession prevented the newly elected President Lincoln from governing only in that state. That still makes no sense. J. Michael Luddig, a former judge on the Fourth Circuit U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals, told justices in a friend of the court brief filed Monday. Oh, yeah, great. Trump incited and therefore engaged an armed insurrection. No, wait.
What?
Okay, I'm trying to think who was carrying guns in around the Capitol.
Hmm.
Pretty sure that there was nobody that showed up with a single firearm. That's what, unless you're saying that they were armed with, with baseball bats and picket signs and things like that, which it appeared to me those were mainly just sticks. So you're fighting sticks against tear gas and
And
batons
guns.
and guns. I mean, I'm trying to think who got shot. Boo got shot.
Yeah.
Who got shot? Mm-hmm. In doing so, Mr. Trump disqualified himself under Section 3 of the Constitution. No, because you can't. They've discussed this at ad nauseum. That is not what it says. It doesn't say what you think it says. The U.S.
That
Supreme Court
happens a
agreed
lot.
earlier. Yeah. U.S. Supreme Court agreed earlier this month to review the unprecedented decision from the Colorado Supreme Court that removed him from the state ballot. And 4-3 rulings, the state court said Trump is constitutionally ineligible because of the 14th Amendment's ban on insurrectionists holding office, but he's not an insurrectionist.
So who was charged with insurrection?
Just because you're charged with it does not mean that you're
But
guilty
was
of it.
anybody even charged with that?
No, that's what I'm saying. It's
Well, yeah.
stupid and ridiculous.
Who was
I
found
wish,
guilty of insurrection?
and see, this is why people outside of the whole YouTube and Twitter and crap like that get so fucking confused. Is because the news is not doing a good job of giving out the news.
No,
Hey,
it's
Pampered
all about the
Princess.
fifis.
Good morning.
It's like a law and
Good to
crime
see you.
chat. Everybody does everything based on their fifis.
Yeah, it's just like Trump's argument, the brief said, would deprive voters of the ability to make a truly informed decision because they could not know if they were voting for someone who cannot serve. So let's stir up distrust, mistrust, make it sound like Mr. Trump is doing something horrible and evil, and so now therefore they're confused. So you shouldn't vote for him.
Right.
That makes in
Matthew.
what world does that make a whole lot of sense? And of course, I'm not going to cover that because it's just stupid. Murdaugh's lawyers, still, just the ridiculousness of that. Jury tampering, and of course, they said no. So we don't really give two shits about that one because we already know that it's not going to be allowed to be shown. Oh yeah, here we go. I got this one here. This is a short one. I hate this particular thing. So, Israeli undercover forces dressed as women and medics storm West Bank hospital, killing 3 militants. Okay. Sounds to me like they went in there and freed some people up. So there you go. That's all you get from me for that one.
Great news story.
Oh, what is this? Holy crap. Angola, Louisiana. Okay, I can share this tab instead. This looks a little bit better. So, Angola, Louisiana. A hidden path to America's dinner tables begins here at an unlikely source, a former southern slave plantation that is now the country's largest maximum security prison. Unmarked trucks packed with prison raised cattle roll out of the Louisiana State Penitentiary, where men are sentenced to hard labor and forced to work for pennies an hour or sometimes nothing at all. After rumbling down a country road to an auction house, the cows are bought by a local rancher and then followed by the Associated Press for another 600 miles to a Texas slaughterhouse that feeds into supply chains of giants like McDonald's, Walmart, and Cargill. Okay. Intricate, invisible webs, just like this one, link some of the world's largest food companies and the most popular brands to jobs performed by U.S. prisoners nationwide, according to a sweeping 2-year AP investigation into prison labor that tied hundreds of millions of dollars worth of agricultural products to goods sold on the open market. They are among America's most vulnerable laborers. If they refuse to work, some can jeopardize their chances of parole or face punishment like being sent to solitary confinement. They also are excluded from protections guaranteed to almost all other full-time workers, even when they're seriously injured or killed on the job. And I just have to call out bullshit. Sorry. I find that to be absolute bullshit. I think they're misrepresenting shit. Sort of like Sadie Shady.
Why would they do that? I had to make it bigger so I can read it.
Well,
My
and
brain
also,
doesn't my brain doesn't intake
oh
it when
yeah.
you're reading it out loud, so
Oh, I'm sorry.
that's fine. I just had to bring it up big enough so I could read it.
Good morning, Sadie. Different Sadie. Good morning. Nice
Yeah,
to
different
see you.
Sadie.
Different Sadie. Different Sadie. And then, of course, good morning again, Jude. But yeah, that's this is so basically what they're saying is these prisoners they produce all of this all of a workforce going out and cutting down wheat and packing it up or bringing cattle to market, things like that, and they're only making pennies on a dollar. Yeah, that you're sort of in prison. You've had all your rights stripped of you because you broke the fucking law. Just saying. Does that mean you should make them slave labor? Well, why don't you ask our
I
wonderful
don't
vice president? Why don't you ask our wonderful vice president that because the fires in California, she refused to allow people out of prison
I don't know that
because
I
they're
want
still
inmates
making
making my
firearms.
food.
Yeah, no, they do get certain perks from that you wouldn't get otherwise. It's no different than them training, animals or doing something that's productive to society. I don't think it would matter to me either which way. I mean, they're 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 sending they're sending these, okay, so they get up in the morning, they feed cattle, they're learning how to work a ranch, they're learning how to feed animals, they're learning what care needs to be taken to it. And because, well, they can't really be sending them off to, the slaughterhouse, somebody else does that kind of thing. I don't think you want prisoners slaughtering animals on, prison grounds. It'd be a little weird. But they send it off to a slaughterhouse, and then it's taken care of from there. Then it gets packaged up, gets sent to, sends out to all the restaurants and whatnot. So, you're getting your food from different places. I mean, looks like Wally World's getting some of it also. I mean, you've got
Yeah,
Walmart,
like
you've got what is the other places?
Kroger,
It's a whole
Aldi,
bunch.
all of them.
Kroger, Aldi, all of them. They're why do you think some of your meat can be so cheap? And that's why the prices go up. It says many of the companies buying directly from prisoners are violating their own policies against the use of such labor. Yeah,
What else
yeah,
are they
well,
gonna do? I'm
yeah,
sure a lot of them actually enjoy having the thing to keep their mind occupied while they're doing time.
exactly. And sometimes that looks good on their parole,
For your parole, yep.
you know, and
Look,
and if
I've
you're
held
not,
this job in prison this whole time, and
yeah, I've been doing this, and whenever I get out, my hope is to do X, Y, or
right.
Z because
Now
of
I have a
this training
skill.
I got.
Yep,
Yeah,
now I
now I
have a
have some
skill for so I'm not coming right back in here.
exactly. I because a lot of
That's
prisoners don't
what we
want to
don't
end up
care
right back
about
in.
recidivism anymore.
No, we're
It's
all
because
about
it's a money
punishing people.
machine.
We're all about punishing people in perpetuity. I mean, that's so yeah. Kroger, Target, um, Coca Cola, Riceland Fields, Ballpark Franks, virtually every supermarket in the country, Whole Foods. Some of those goods are exported, including to countries that have products blocked from entering the U.S. for using forced prison labor. Yeah, but it, that's not necessarily why they have them blocked from doing things in the U.S. Just saying. Sean Berg, good to see you. Glad you could
Morning,
make it.
Sean.
So many of the companies, whatever. And let's see, what does it say? Willie Ingram picked everything from cotton to okra during his 51 years in the state penitentiary, better known as Angola. During his time in the fields, he was overseen by armed guards on horseback and recalled sane men working with little or no water, passing out in triple digit heat. Some days, he said, workers would throw their tools in the air to protest despite knowing the potential consequences. Yeah, okay. So this is 51 years ago, Angola. All right, so he's saying it that the way that they word it makes it sound like this just happened last week. Yeah, maybe 50 years ago or 30 years ago, things were a lot different in Angola, and I'm pretty sure from what I can remember is a lot of that stuff has changed. So, find the old guy. Don't find the guy that recently where this stuff is not what they're talking about. So yeah, I saw this and I'm like, what in the hell are they talking about? Oh, okay, they're taking prisoners to go out and do work. And you have that option. You can always say, nope, I'm not going to go. It's 300 degrees out there. I'm not going. Okay, you don't have to. I'm not going to force you. But then they're saying that they're locking them up in solitary confinement. I don't buy that for a second. I just don't. I don't believe that. I don't think that is true. I mean, I could be wrong. Could be wrong.
Right.
I saw this video earlier and it was insane. Um, and it's something else.
Damn.
Oh, give me a second. And present. Head to stage. There we go. I don't know. There might be audio, but I'm not going to play the audio. So he
Oh
pulled someone
my.
over. And
Oh, ow. That was lot. I mean, that was horrible, but definitely thought
yeah,
it was gonna be a lot worse than what by the title of it.
well, and if you look where it was, look where the vehicle is. All right, you can't see it here, but there's an off ramp here. There's actual off ramp, and you'll see it after he gets hit. So he's really close to the off ramp, and this person probably was not paying close enough attention.
Right.
And
Just so used to getting off there and you're just in your zone and
yeah,
oh,
it shows you the wherewithal of one of these vehicles and why having imagine that being a Prius right there. Just imagine that little thing being one of those
no kidding.
Priuses.
Oh man, dude, they toast.
Yeah. I mean,
We
luckily he
had
got the full force of that door up against him. And so it more or less like knocked the ever living bejesus out of him. But
we had 3 people die here yesterday. They pulled out in front of a truck and all 3
that
of them were
dude
gone.
flipped. Damn.
I think one of them was really very, very young, like toddler. So,
That's so sad to hear.
yeah.
Yes, that truck ended up flipping like 3 times.
Hopefully the people inside that the one that got hit are okay. Well, all of them are okay.
Yeah, I think all of them survived this, but that truck right there is like flipping or van. It looks like it might be a minivan. Boom, 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 boom.
Well, the officer looks, I mean, adrenaline, but he at least
Yeah,
is up and moving.
yeah. I mean, just to walk away with your. Oh, it was another
Oh, there.
SUV.
Lucky to walk away.
Yep. Both drivers' vehicles were also treated and released. Man,
Good.
jeez. That's so insane. But I saw that video earlier. I was like, man, that is insane that somebody got.
Yikes.
Yeah, everybody
That's
lived.
I hate
Everybody
it.
lived.
I hate it when they're I like, ugh.
Oh wait. Oh, we've got
I
an
hate it when
update.
they're on the side of the road like that.
We've got an update on it. So remember that story from yesterday, where they found the bodies in the
Oh,
California desert. So
yeah.
we got an update.
Subject, all the
Was
suspects
yesterday's?
in this case. They are currently in custody with no bail, pending a review of the case from the San Bernardino County District Attorney's Office. What I can confirm is on Tuesday, January 23rd, 2024, at approximately 2016 hours, dispatchers received a 911 call from a subject who spoke Spanish. The caller told dispatchers he was shot, but he did not know the location he was at, and it appeared the call ended. Dispatchers tracked the phone via latitude and longitude coordinates to a remote area in the unincorporated Adelanto area near Lessing Avenue. Once overhead the area, Officers discovered a crime scene and what appeared to be multiple gunshot wound victims.
So, what was that, Jude? In this video, yeah. Is chat going to be all political? I don't know. Sometimes we get political. Sometimes we talk about politics. Sometimes we should. Chat should talk more politics, less cheese.
I don't agree about that. Let's do a whole cheese stream.
We could do a whole cheese stream. Jude, I know nothing about politics. Doesn't interest me, but I'm here listening. See, yeah. And like I said, sometimes I talk politics. Sometimes I talk other stuff. And I mean, it is what it is.
You know, we've talked about all kinds of stuff on this show.
Yeah, I mean, it's a morning show. So it's just like Pepper Princess is cheese is life.
Shizzy is my new Regis.
Well, I mean, I like cheese. Matter of fact, I'll probably have like a grilled cheese sandwich for lunch today or something like that. I like getting some nice good cheddar and.
One of the vehicles was apparently shot, had multiple gunshot strikes in it. The two vehicles were a Dodge Caravan and a Chevy Trailblazer. At approximately 20:40 hours, deputies from the Victor Valley Station arrived on scene and located 4 deceased males with severe burns. A 5th deceased male was located in the Chevy Trailblazer, and a 6th deceased male a short distance away who sustained a gunshot wound. Our sheriff's homicide investigators assumed the investigation to process the scene and find those responsible for these heinous acts of violence. I can confirm all victims had apparent fatal gunshot injuries. Oof. Additionally, 4 of the 6 were burned at the location by the suspects.
Damn.
As far as the motives, we are confident that this appears to be a dispute over marijuana, which resulted in the murders.
Yeah,
I want to remind everyone this is still an active investigation.
I'm shocked.
We will not be able to disclose all the facts of this case.
It was over drugs. Who would have thunk it?
Go figure.
I'm thinking it was probably a little more than marijuana.
Well, it depends on how much marijuana we're talking about. Was it a truckload of marijuana, or was it just, a small amount? So this is
Baker.
A good happy feeling. The devil's lettuce again. Yes, it makes people kill, other people for whatever reason. I don't understand, how a woman like does a little bit of devil's lettuce and then stabs her boyfriend like 137,000 times, and then gets only like probation.
That's a weird combination, Maddie.
What's that? I had some sharp cheddar and coffee early. Yummy.
I mean,
so this story is
I
awesome.
prefer cream and coffee, but
well, yeah, I prefer it like that. Well, but it could, So a British painting stolen by mobsters returned to the owner's son 54 years later. I mean, this is the painting. So an 18th century British painting stolen by New Jersey mobsters in 1969. Oh, that year sounds familiar. Has been returned more than a half a century later to the family that bought it for $7,500 during the Great Depression. The FBI has said the 40 by 50 inch John Opie painting titled "The Schoolmistress" is the sister painting of a similar work housed at the Tate Britain Art Gallery in London. Authorities believe the piece was stolen with the help of a former New Jersey lawmaker when passed among organized crime for years before it ended up in the southern Utah city of St. George. A Utah man had purchased a house in Florida in 1989 from Joseph Covello Sr., a convicted mobster linked to the Gambino family, and the painting was included in the sale. When the buyer died in 2020, a Utah accounting firm was seeking to liquidate his property, sought an appraisal for the painting. It was discovered to be too likely to be the stolen piece. Wow. The painting, cool, which dates back to 1784, this is about the time that Baker was born, was about 1784, was taken into custody when the agency, pending resolution of who owned it, and returned it on January 11th to Dr. Francis Wood, 96 of Newark, the son of the painting's original owner, Dr. Earl Wood, who bought it during the 1930s, the FBI said. This piece of art, what history it's had, who worked on the case. It traveled all through the UK when it was first painted and owned by quite a few families in the UK. And then it travels overseas to the United States and sold during the Great Depression, then stolen by the mob and recovered by the FBI decades later. Quite amazing. OP, who came from Cornwall, was one of the most important British historical and portrait painters of his time, and curator of the paintings, blah, blah, blah. His paintings have sold major auction houses at Sotheby's and Christie's, including one bought in 2007 for almost $1 million. Opie often portrayed British royals and other members of the elite, but he also depicted scenes from ordinary life, such as The Schoolmistress, which shows an old teacher sitting at a table with a book surrounded by young students. Such a compelling painting. According to the FBI, the painting was taken from Earlwood's house by three men working at the direction of former New Jersey State Senator Anthony Imperial, who died in 1999. Imperial, a political firebrand who also served as Newark's city councilman, was in national spotlight in the 60s as a spokesman for cracking down on crime. He was also divisive, organizing citizen patrols to keep black protesters out of Italian neighborhoods during the riots in Newark in the summer of 67. Good Lord. So he was just this little racist son of a buck. Authorities say the thieves broke into the house in 69 in a bid to steal a coin collection, but were foiled by a burglar alarm. Local police and Imperial responded to the attempted burglary, and the home caretaker told the lawmaker that the Opie painting in the home was priceless. Yeah, at that time it probably was. So no charges have been filed by the FBI since the painting's recovered, because all those belief involved are long since gone.
Right? Who are you going to charge?
Yeah, it has.
Go after the new homeowners for receiving stolen goods.
Yeah. So one or two minor blemishes, but the painting that's 240 years old and has been on a roundabout journey is in pretty good shape. Whoever has had their hands on, I'm thankful they took care of the painting. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty awesome. See, I like hearing those feel good stories. You know,
right.
Who doesn't like a little bit of that? And we also found out, Baker's age. Just add a 0 to whatever he tells you. 27, just add an extra 0. We got you, Baker.
You're gonna have to add Georgia to that list, Baker.
Do you know why
Georgia?
Do you know why Georgia? Not Georgia. No. Why he's managed to live for so long? He doesn't eat cheese.
That's what it is. Okay. Well, I don't eat it in my coffee. Does that count?
Well, I don't know. It might. It might. Give me just a second. There was something I wanted to pull up, and if I can find it. So I saw this morning. I was like, okay, I gotta make sure there's no music. I hate when they do this crap. And of course, my coffee cup hides part of my screen. So share this tab instead. So I saw this and I was like, what is going on here? When it'll take you a second to get it. And once you see it, you can't unsee it.
You have to share it.
Oh, sorry. I thought I didn't.
Super not funny right now, Shizzy.
All right, sorry. Add this to the stage. There we go.
Oh, what?
Mm-hmm. Someone's saying, "Is this going to be the cities of our future?"
It's kind of now, minus that thing. You know what that reminds me of? Wall-E.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm curious as how much fuel that thing would take. It looks like it's on rails for electric.
Yeah.
Do
I'm not gonna lie, it looks kind of cool.
Well, it looks kind of cool, but you realize, and this is people, I guess, commuting in traffic.
It's your buses of the future.
Yeah.
Your
and it's
Let's
on
see.
rails. Do you know how much electricity that would take?
Okay, of course, yeah.
Giant rollers. Okay. This is so stupid. When I saw this, I was like, really?
What? Well, that's interesting.
And then it takes you right into work. You got the Sky Lounge. Do you know how expensive that would be? How much natural
Right.
resources you would have to make these? They'll be on monorails. It's just so crazy. Over engineered idiocracy. Yeah. I mean, it's a novel idea, but the amount of natural resources to do something like this would just be insane.
Yeah. Right, Maddie. I just want my flying car.
Well, and that's even worse. I think it was Elon that spoke of that because people were saying, "Well, why haven't you built a flying car?" He goes, "Well, the amount of air that it's forced to push up. Well, look, it's a Sky Lounge. You can sit right next to Stinky Joe. Great, but what if I don't want to sit next to this guy? Well, I can't really get off. I have to travel for hundreds of thousands of miles with this guy all across the country. One giant rail system. Shit, how
Yeah.
much this would
We don't
cost?
take care of the rail system we have now.
Yeah, I mean, just the thought of this. How much would it? All right, out in California, they were supposed to be building a bullet train going from Los Angeles to San Francisco. They got about 1/3 of the way there. It's well over budget in the billions now. It was only supposed to cost so many millions, but now it's well into the billions, and they still haven't completed it.
Right.
And it and it
Never
really
will.
and it doesn't service anybody. It's just like, why would you have these?
Right.
So it
It'd be
can
the
take you
same thing.
across the desert. How much power does it take to power one of these up? Well, let's see. You want to eliminate coal, you want to eliminate natural gas, you want to eliminate nuclear. You want everybody to live in these smart cities and be all crammed in together like some sort of beehive, and then you've got this thing that they want to do. Like,
And this
they're so
transport you
silly.
from your home beehive to your work beehive.
Well, in a beehive to your vacation beehive,
That's it. It
because
literally looks like Wally.
yeah, it doesn't take you where you want to go. Oh, but I don't want to go to the Keys. I wanted to go. Oh well, you couldn't put one of these in the Keys anyway. Why? Because it's almost as big as one of the Keys itself. Just like just silly. I had to share that for
Morning
because
mass.
that's me sharing things. So I love this right here. Yes, for those few, we're about to get political. It'll be political for at least the next 20 minutes. So you can suck it if you don't like it, but or just mute it. All righty, here we go. So Nikki Haley's dilemma in South Carolina, winning over voters who will like her but love Trump. Okay. What did I say at the very beginning of this? She called all of the people in South
Right.
Carolina and in the South a bunch of racists.
Yeah.
Okay. Andrew, suck it.
Good morning, young.
Good morning, young. Good to see you. So I said this before. You don't do that just to win your little primary. So she came in, said the South was racist. She was born and raised in the deep South as a darky. Oh, this is so horrible. I was abused and mistreated the whole time because the color of my skin. This is the
Yeah.
kind of shit that she says. So she basically is saying that she was, abused because of the color of her skin in the South in the 80s. 90s.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I think I'm darker than she is.
Conway, South Carolina. I've been there. For South Carolina's conservatives, deciding whether Nikki Haley's record warrants a promotion to the Oval Office seems less about her experience and abilities and more about the man standing in her way. No, it has everything to do with her experience and abilities. Miss Haley
Right.
did some fine things as governor, just like you're looking at the thing. If you look at Ron DeSantis' record, he's done great work as the governor of Florida. But
Yeah.
president material, not really
He
proven,
needs to stay there.
and continue to do a good job. Now you also have to understand Nikki Haley only was able to run for one term before they voted her out. So if you're doing a good job, generally you're
You want you
gonna win
back.
that. Yeah. Miss Haley did some fine things as governor, but Donald Trump is the man, declared Doug Roberts, a retired electrician who came to a recent Haley rally wearing a Trump T-shirt. I don't like that. I don't think you should be doing that. Personally, that's me. I think and somebody had said, "Oh, these people are showing up, on motorcycles and with Trump shirts to sort of like, okay, cool, but if you want to waste your time doing that,
I don't. I mean,
better
whatever.
energy
There
find
are far
something
worse
else."
things that people can do.
Oh yeah, no, I'm like I said, for me
Right.
personally, it's just not something I would want to do.
Yeah, I wouldn't do
Because
it, but
why is Nikki Haley still news? Because we still have South Carolina coming up. South Carolina's got 54 of the.
think
Goodness,
she'll drop out after that if she gets spanked.
no, she won't. Because she wants to get Trump on the debate stage. Everybody wants to get Trump up on the debate stage because they think that it's going to prove something. And I don't think she'll drop out until Super Tuesday, which is March 5th or something like that.
I think every single one of them was stupid to even put their hat in the ring.
It's all about money. It's all about money.
So stupid.
I
Like,
mean,
I think that
well,
DeSantis could have
here's a,
been
yeah,
next time, but I think he
yeah,
ruined it for himself by the things that he's been doing the last 8 years.
yeah. Well, here's sort of my outlook. What would have probably been, a way to go about this is you throw your hat in the ring, and if you can't get by yourself over 50%, like you're just getting this measly, 13%, 15%. At that point, just go, you know what, this isn't worthwhile. And you can do the research ahead of time. You already know
Right.
that there's a chance you're going to do it. So why do it? It's about
Mhm.
money. That's all it is. You can fill up your campaign coffers so that whenever you run for election in your state again, which DeSantis probably will do,
Right.
you've got all that campaign money that can be used on that you just raised, the millions and millions of dollars. Those pockets go deep. So Trump's last major Republican rival, I wouldn't call her a rival, faces a make or break stretch ahead of South Carolina's February 24th primary that could be Trump's last obstacle to a third consecutive Republican nomination. While Haley has talked about her comfort running in her own state. Okay. Interviews with almost 24 South Carolina Republicans since the New Hampshire's primary suggest Haley is struggling to win over conservatives who backed her twice for governor but haven't soured on Trump for president. Okay, we don't care. Myrtle Beach is heavily Republican, demonstrates Haley's difficult path, sitting among the 1,500 or so who heard Haley on Sunday at Coastal South Carolina University. Weiss lauded the candidate as a true conservative and dismissed Trump's quips as Haley is a Democrat. Don't say Democratic, it's Democrat stand-in. That's right. Weiss criticized Trump's rhetoric generally, but said she's not concerned Trump could be a convicted felon. Jesus. Most critically for Haley, though, Weiss remains undecided. I wonder if Nikki would have more sway in Washington without all his baggage. I want to see whether she's strong enough. No, she's not. Weiss said, I hope Nikki can do it, make it close, because she's all about the fifis too. The winner of South Carolina's Republican primary has won the nomination all but one time since 1980. This year's contest is a usual one-on-one matchup between President Trump and generally popular home state figure. Blah blah blah. On paper, don't care.
I'm
Care
gritty on paper.
because no, I really don't care because it's like 4 cases and 91 charges. It's just like, okay, so where do we get to anything about them? About their standings.
So I hate the primaries because rather than talk about what they have to offer, it's just us attacking us. So they don't
Yeah,
have to.
I just don't see. I'm sitting here looking and I'm like, what is she offering? What is she offering?
Just
All
a
I see,
poor dark woman.
uh, as a 40-year-old Republican voter, I will never
Not
vote
40-year-old,
again
as a
after Trump.
40-year Republican voter.
That's what I said. As a 40-year Republican voter, I will never vote again after Trump. The GOP will go right back to Nikki types. Exactly.
Oh, they never, Eris. They
I,
never left the Nikki
I,
types.
yeah. Well, there you go. She offers war, and more war. Yeah.
That too.
Yeah. I don't.
And her female genitalia.
Yeah. Whoopi.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I saw this.
If you don't
today.
vote for her, you're a sexist and you're also racist.
Let's see. We've got. Here we go. We'll share this particular one because it's a little bit better. Share this tab instead.
Good morning, Sue.
So, this is all the news of things that did not happen yesterday. Delay of Trump defamation trial due to illness, not election interference. The claim on Monday delayed proceedings in Trump's New York defamation trial until Tuesday, the day after the New Hampshire primary, which is proof of election interference. The fact the trial was delayed on Monday because of a juror's illness. There you go. And let's see, but the decision, blah, 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 court filing, don't care. Osama bin Laden was digitally added to a photo of a post 9/11 Pentagon meeting. Claim a photo shows George Bush meeting with Osama bin Laden. The fax images was edited to add the Al Qaeda founder. The original photo, which was taken at the Pentagon meeting the day after 9/11, shows Deputy Secretary of Defense Paul Wolfowitz sitting where bin Laden appeared in the altered version. See? So that's not true. The WEF's chairman did not confess that a political revolution is destroying his agenda. Didn't hear that one either, but I don't doubt it. So that didn't happen. So we're just debunking some of your stuff. And that's all we really got for that particular story. So those are things that did not happen today. Fake news. And I'll close that because that was just the same thing. Close this one. Oh, I like this one. I love this. I saw this one and I thought it was pretty cool. So, and this is for you, Baker. New Orleans thief steals 7 king cakes from a bakery in a very Mardi Gras way.
Ooh.
Just for you, Baker. Now, you had king cake, right?
Yeah, I know. Well, I don't think I've ever had one, but I know what it is.
All right, so this is what the king cake looks like. All right, all the other stuff that you see is not king cake. That is just somebody trying to sucker you in.
I'm not interested in finding babies in my food, so.
Well, it is a tradition, and it's a little plastic toy, chewy baby.
I know.
Okay. So, and the reason for that is usually this is a way of you getting together with a group of your friends, and you slice up the king cake, and you all sit down and enjoy, the company with other people. And whoever finds the baby buys the king cake the next year and hosts the party.
We just do casseroles.
Yeah. See. So, hey, how's it going, Eris? Good morning. Glad you could make it. But that is what the king cake is for. Is it's more of a get together, and there's other stuff behind it. But as far as that tradition goes of finding the little plastic baby, that's what it's for. Like who's going to host this next year? This way you don't have to force somebody or force it upon somebody. It's automatically like Well, shit, I
Right.
found the baby again. Damn it. So New Orleans with their purple, gold, and green colors and a toy baby hidden inside. The king cakes are a staple of Mardi Gras celebrations in New Orleans, but apparently they're also valuable enough to steal, at least this time of year during Carnival season. A thief stole 7 king cakes, about as many as he could carry during a break-in last week in New Orleans bakery. The thief also took cash and a case of vodka from Bittersweet Confections last Wednesday. Our king cakes are just that good, the bakery wrote on social media, but please come and purchase one during our regular store hours. While it's a secular celebration, Carnival in New Orleans and around the world is strongly linked to Christian Roman Catholic traditions. The season begins on January 6th, the 12th day after Christmas, and continues until Mardi Gras, known as Fat Tuesday, which is the final day of feasting, drinking, and revelry before Ash Wednesday and the fasting associated with Lent. King cakes are among the foods most associated with Carnival in New Orleans. The rings of pastry are adorned with purple, green, and gold sugar on icing. They often have a tiny plastic baby hidden inside as a prize. It's not as a prize, you idiot. One wisecrack responded to the bakery's social media post with a tongue-in-cheek false admission that he was a thief. It was me. I'm holding all 7 babies hostage until I get a lifetime supply of king cakes from you every year. That's funny.
That's
funny.
cute.
I'm holding the 7 babies hostage. See, good feelings. That's what we want. Hey, Baldo Gagger, good to see you this morning. Glad you could make it.
Baldo?
That's funny that you would say that. Sorry. Oh, so here's among other things that you should not be doing. Okay. Just saying this, you should never do. A YouTuber accused of topping 150 miles an hour on his motorcycle on a Colorado interstate wanted on multiple charges. So I told Bronca not to be doing this.
He don't listen.
I know, he's just doing this all the time. Motorcyclist who authorities say posted a video of himself on YouTube speeding from Colorado Springs to Denver metro area on Interstate 25 in 20 minutes, a trip that usually takes about an hour, is wanted on multiple charges. Did I show that video? Dude's like, go. He is booking it.
I don't know.
Yeah,
He may have. It might have been something I missed.
So Rendon Ditzman is a 32-year-old from Texas, recorded himself on September 28th going more than 150 miles an hour or 241 kilometers per hour, squeezing through small gaps in traffic and traveling on the shoulder, according to the State Patrol. The video has since been deleted from YouTube, but the State Patrol shared a clip with the news release, and I'll see if I can open that up in a new tab because it's pretty damn awesome. Yeah, I'm downloading that. Original file and download because it's pretty damn awesome. In videos, there we go. Boom. Because you never know whenever you're not going to be able to get it. It's about a 1-minute clip, but I'm gonna share it.
Okay.
Instead.
Atlanta. Oh. Can you imagine the amount of damage he could do if he hit somebody? Oh, it makes me sick just watching it.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
Yes. Good morning, Wolfram. Yeah, that is completely insane. Oh, honey, 90% of the damage would be to him. Cars have carriages. This is an adrenaline junkie. Now, I've traveled
or may idiot.
have traveled. Well, I may have traveled higher speeds than that. I'm just saying. But in heavy traffic, no. Like,
Shame on you, shizzy. Bad.
yeah, I mean, there's if he's only doing like 100 miles an hour, that's pretty mild. That really is pretty mild, doing 100 miles an hour, because it's let's see, I just lost the feral. She hit the wrong key. She was probably trying to share her camera back up again. She'll be back. Yeah, I might have doubled that a couple of times. Just saying, 100 miles an hour is not super fast. I mean, I've done that in my car. In Minecraft, there was a dude who tried to complete the Paris ring. First attempt he almost made. Died on the second attempt. Yeah, don't do stupid. Yep. I know what happened.
I need to buy a new mouse today.
Is it your mouse that's causing it?
It is. There's a stupid little side button on it.
Oh.
And it's a back button. So I just barely touch that sucker and bloop, out I go.
You can rekey that to do something
I can't.
else.
I've tried. It doesn't have the option on this one for some reason. I can change all I can do is change the right and left. I can't change the side buttons on it.
It doesn't come with its own software?
Nope. So I just need to go buy a new one. I want just a plain old boring mouse with
Like
no
this.
extras.
Like this. Just plain old boring mouse.
Yep. Plain old boring. I got it because it was pretty.
Yeah. Yeah. See,
And it's a pretty big pain in the ass is what it is.
I've got a nice Razer mouse that I usually use. That's the brand.
I can't help it, Baldo. I like to touch the buttons. It happens.
Buttons. Special buttons, happy buttons. They're always quite pleasured.
Mm-hmm.
They can't help it.
Life's more exciting if you touch the buttons.
It is more exciting. How girly of you, Farrell. Well,
I like girly things.
Yeah, I like girls.
I have no idea, Baldo.
Yeah. So this
Century
particular moron on his murder cycle. So Ditzman, who's known as the Gixer Bra on YouTube, has posted multiple similar videos from different parts of the country. He's wanted on charges of menacing, engaging in a speed contest, reckless endangerment, reckless driving, speeding 40 miles an hour over the speed limit, engaging in exhibition of speed, and driving without license plates attached. This is an extreme example, but sadly a real one. If you drive like this, you can expect to be arrested when you are located. This is the best outcome for a person who drives violently, since the smallest mistake could result in his death or that of an innocent person in the area. State Patrol coordinated with Dallas Police Department in Texas and in the El Paso County District Attorney's Office in Colorado to identify the rider as Dietzman, whose hometown was not released. Investigators say numerous drivers, online viewers contacted the Colorado State Patrol about the incident. So everybody ratted him out. This is why, if you're on YouTube, you stay away from doing really stupid things like this. Speeding ticket. Oh yeah. Who was he contesting with? Doesn't matter. If you're saying that you're setting a record, that's who he's doing it. That's who he's competing with, as trying to be a record holder. That's who he's competing with. So you can get him for all kinds of stuff. Reckless endangerment, whatever you want to at this point.
Right.
It doesn't matter. All right. So who likes circus animals? You like circus animals?
I don't know. Depends on what you're about to pull up, I guess.
Zebras, camels, and flames. Oh my, circus animals rescued after truck catches fire on Indiana highway.
I saw this.
Look at this. Yeah.
I like him posing.
So circus animals rescued from an Indiana fire truck.
Look at the one hump camels.
Mm-hmm. Truck hauling animals for a circus caught fire early Saturday in Indiana, and that would suck. So 5 zebras, 4 camels, and a miniature horse were rescued.
Oh, look at them.
I know.
I didn't even know the circus was still a thing, honestly.
I mean, look at how nice all these people are. They've got them like crated up and held in like a nice little place. See, not
Well, and then you
everything.
ruined it with that circus animal.
Well, that is a circus, but yeah, that's so there was that. And let's see. So
Oh,
is this
TWR would love
news?
you, Eris. Let's do it.
Why is that still showing? I don't care. So in Marietta, Indiana, a truck hauling zebras camels for a series of weekend circus performances caught fire on Saturday in a northeastern Indiana highway, prompting a police rescue of the animals which roamed along the freeway, some munching on grass. There was just like, oh, shit's burning down. Don't care. This grass looks mighty tasty.
Right? What else are they gonna do?
So around 2 o'clock in the morning along Interstate 69 in Grant County, a state trooper, a Grant County sheriff's deputy, and a third person rescued the 5 zebras, 4 camels, and a miniature horse by leading them off the smoke-filled trailer. Both officers were treated at the hospital for smoke inhalation, later released, but none of the animals were injured. And they should have said, and none of the animals were injured. Jeez, make it sound like shit. None of the animals were injured. That's what they
Right?
make it sound like. Hey, Rabbit, good to see you.
Morning
Good
again,
morning.
Rabbit.
So they posted photos and videos on Facebook of the camels walking the highway, later standing along a shoulder with the media and zebras law enforcement officers. The post included a message, no harm to our furry friends. One of the videos shows some of the zebras munching on grass in a surreal scene several miles east of the city. It is not something we see every day. No shit. The truck was bringing the animals from Florida to Fort Wayne for 4 weekend circus performances in the northeastern at the Mizpah Shrine Circus. Okay. So the performances, annual fundraisers. What is it? Okay. This makes no sense. Allow us to use. So what's this guy's name? Resit. Okay. So this right here has me thrown off. Trump said the truck's crew stopped the vehicle along the highway. What does Trump have to do with the story? Why is Trump's
That's
name in
the
there?
guy's last name. Go up. You missed
Who?
it. It's
Did I?
yeah,
Steve Trump.
Steve Trump.
Okay. Okay. I'm just sitting there
Wait
going,
a minute.
what? I'm confused. Thank you very much. Oh my
I
God.
have not, Brandon.
Why didn't they just said Steve Trump said the truck's crew stopped at the vehicle along the highway to check a problem? See, now they got me all confused. Threatening the animals in its trailer until they were rescued. The fire destroyed the truck, and a second truck was set to Fort Wayne to pick up the animals from the highway and bring them to Fort Wayne's. Now we know what T-Rex has been doing. He's chasing zoo animals and wanting to play with them, and chew on them, hold them in his tiny little hands and munch on them like candy corn.
Rexy and I are going to go do lunch next month.
Are you?
When he's back in town.
So check this out. It's from sea to sand. Why is it doing this? Come on. All right. So, damn it. Brushing the dust from his hat, lying on the floor inside his home, Ali Shadali, whatever, recalls how he and other fishermen used to laugh at town elders who warned that the enormous sea they relied on was disappearing. Well, how can seas be disappearing? I'm confused. Aren't we like global warming has caused the seas to rise?
Right, they're going up because
right. So how
all
does
the
this
ice cubes are disappearing.
How did this one go down? I'm so confused. Everyone laughed and said that it would take several million years. Yeah, because back then they would say it was global cooling, and the sea levels were deteriorating, and ice caps were forming at the ends of the poles, and pretty soon we'd be covered in a mushroom cloud and all this other kind of stuff. Back then, Jesus, why does it keep doing that? I can't read the damn story if it does that. Son of a bitch. Anyhow, so this is what their sea looks like. It's all dried up and turned to crap. And then after I read this, after I read all this stuff,
it's true, Eris.
Then I watched this. AP photos reveal intensity and security and inequality as in 2023 is world altered by climate change. Thousands of people dead, millions of others who lost their job, homes and hope, and tens of billions sheared off economies. But numbers can't reflect the way that is experienced, the intensity, the insecurity, the inequality that people on Earth are living. Oh my.
I'll be right back. I gotta make sure humans are waking up.
Yes. So, wildfires, they fanned a thick haze around the globe, so intense that the wildfires in Canada that they released several times more air pollution than the entire country usually does in a year. There was heat so intense that during a year and a half, it tracked to be the warmest recorded in history. And wow, isn't it amazing? Who's kidnapping all the wild ice cubes? Oh, Lord. The empty RLC is another environmental catastrophe created by communism. Hey, Moss, how you doing? I appreciate you coming by. Yeah, crazy. During a year on track to their faces while in Romania, the father and daughter delighted the midst of the public fountain. In Switzerland, a man walked towards the Rhone glacier. It is melting away like so many other glaciers. And there was rain that caused destruction. A storm after Daniel unleashed a torrent from the sky. Floods in Libya killed more than 11,000 people, with several thousand others missing in India. Talk about things that have nothing to do with each other. Woman carries her pet dogs as residents are evacuated. Well, that's because all the water from the sea got shipped over there. You should have not sent the water over there. Residential mudslides. You built right on the edge of a mountain. You're wondering why you have a mudslide. Jeez. Yeah, there was a lot of those wildfires. That right there held up my brother-in-law and sister-in-law's flight to get to Italy last year. That was insane. Yeah, the Aral Sea was located in the former Soviet Union. Its lost its water. It was used for irrigation. Amazing how that happens. But, it's going to come back. You don't have to worry. It'll be back. The water will come back, It's just, as the old Soviet Union drained the water for other sea uses. Yep, it happens. Yep, just hide the alarms everywhere. I love it. Love it. Yes, as I was saying, my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, their flight was delayed because of the wildfires in Canada. Because the haze, it was so thick with smoke, it was just horrible.
Oh.
Of course, heat waves, cold snaps. The cold is caused by it, and so is the heat. Not that we have.
You guys get any of that smoke from those last year?
I don't know. I was in Italy.
Oh, we got it here. It was awful.
Yeah, that's what I heard. After 52 years, my St. Louis Blues won a Stanley Cup. I can die happy now. Well, congratulations. Congratulations, Maddie.
Awesome.
Yeah, they used the water to make wild ice cubes for Putin's Palace vodka. Woman whose family members are trapped under rival whales after a landslide washed away houses in Raigad district, India, July 20th. Yeah, you're crammed up on your. Don't live at the foot of a mudslide. That's a novel idea. Just saying, if you take away all of natural resources, these are some things that you don't do. You don't build.
Nature's going to fight back.
Exactly. It's going to happen horribly, and it's going to be bad. It's just ridiculous. Wildfire destruction is visible in Lahaina, Hawaii. Okay. Yeah. What about the wildfire that just happened to destroy everybody's property except for the rich and famous? Amazing how that happened in Hawaii, isn't it? Well, a weird story is that wildfire that happened that took out like that old ass tree that was there. Was at Maui.
No, yeah.
My wife's paralegal was just there in Hawaii.
Oh, wow.
Like the week before that, she came back and got back from vacation, and was just like, what the hell? I was just there. That was the hotel I stayed at right there. I mean,
Wow. Ugh,
and it's
that'd be a
gone.
gross feeling.
Yeah. A person runs to avoid the flames in Gandhati village on the island of Rhodes. This is not uncommon. What does this have to do with us? This is something that was happening long before we got here and will continue to happen long after we leave. All this horrible thing. A skier moves along a lit pathway during the polar night in Longyearbyen, Norway, January 6th. That's pretty. I like it. The McDougall Creek wildfire burns on the mountainside above the houses in British Columbia. Okay. Boat travels through a section of the Amazon River affected by drought. Well, yeah, a section of the Amazon River affected by drought. That happens. So you're telling me that the waters aren't rising?
Right. It's never coming back ever.
Ever. Oh, but yet,
Oh,
wait.
there it is.
I found where the water went. It went into this laundromat. Empty coins from coin launders as floodwaters surround machines. How about this? Stop living in floodplains and learn how to. This is what the Mayans were really good at. It was figuring out irrigation and how to preserve parts of the land. Instead of overgrowing, they would move like their whole village, all of their agriculture across the lagoon or in a different area, and they would farm that area for a while, and they would let the other stuff reheal, come back up. And they sort of had it down pretty well. And then, of course, the what was it? The Spanish. I want to say it was the Spanish came in, and they brought in slaves, and they started growing because the ground was fertile. They started growing like sugar cane, and integrating with the people in those cities. And these were like large cities, and they just ran out of food. They ran out of resources, and they just left. And that's why you find all these abandoned, Mayan ruins, and
Right.
everyone's like, oh, there's this big mystery of why it happened. It's like, you can ask the Mayans what happened, because there's still Mayans in the area. And they're like, yeah, this is what happened. This is why we left. It's just this, you overpopulate an area, and, you can't get resources. This is why, you're smart. They were smart cities before they were smart cities. They sort of had it figured out. The Rhone Glacier near Gams, Switzerland, is waiting for Yellowstone to go pop. Oh, that would be awesome. Just isn't the whole of Hawaii and many other islands just a string of giant volcanoes? It's amazing how that works, isn't it? A train passes a railroad crossing between flooded fields in Germany. Okay. So that's wonderful. Birds fly over debris in the aftermath of Hurricane Otis in Mexico. Yeah, those don't change. We've had those forever. I'm just not seeing it. In so many places, floods, powerful storms, and heat waves wiped out supplies of food that led to hunger, forced people to migrate in search of sustenance, and increased pressures on governments to respond. How about this? Stop relying on governments to secure you. You feel it. You're feeling the insecurity. If you're feeling insecurity, stop relying on your government to take care of you. It is not the government's responsibility to feed, to clothe, to help you in any sort of way. The government's sole responsibility is stop other people from coming at you. That's their sole purpose. The government is not here to help you people. If you're feeling insecure, you need to secure yourself. In India, a woman cooked in her flooded home while her husband prayed. Wow. Hold on. Little bastards. A scene of both devastation and resilience. And what is that? You idiots. Why are you in your home cooking in a flooded home? Well, because you live there. So your home is flooded out. Ah, geez. Some people would rather be comfortable in chains than risk it all in freedom. Yeah, I see. I'm not. They failed to teach this shit in schools last here in the U.S. In fact, the government likes to confuse us as much as possible. Look at Common Core math, of course. 2 plus 2 equals 5. All of a sudden. So, all of these things that they talk about are not anything to do with what was really happening. Look, she's got her cocaine tree growing. So, all right, people are living in poverty. And this is why? Because of their local governments. Because your government is corrupt and full of, they don't care about you. They're an entity. They could care less what happens to you. And look, it looks like they got cranberries there. Doesn't that look like cranberries? He holds a cowl fat from a sheep. Okay. Yeah, that's what's a men fish among dead fish floating near the shore of this river during the Buenos Aires during the drought. Okay. So pick up the live ones and there you go. Must be capitalism. Yeah. Their government sure ain't living like that. Yeah. No, their government is not worried about it in the slightest. Saffron fields after a day of work. Okay. What does that have to do with anything? And this would not be uncommon. Look, irrigation canal applies fertilizer to sugarcane. There you go. More sugarcane. You know how much natural resources sugarcane uses up is unbelievable. And it doesn't come back for years. It's like, so, okay, you're complaining about your sugarcane. Darren Platt left Sea of Agus Sabine his first deckhand, step over nets they docked a boat for refueling in Kodiak. Okay. What does that have to do with any? Of course, they go after water in Mongolia. It's in every place that climate change has made its mark. Inequality was made worse. See, this is where they get the climate change and inequality. I got to see how big tunas are. Yeah. Sharks are bad enough. Even the non-lethal things you eat are huge. Yeah, tuna are enormous.
Huge.
Yeah. They're thinking tuna is like a salmon or something. No, tuna is enormous. It's an enormous fish.
Phrasing, Eris. Phrasing.
It's amazing to me that they want to blame. They say this creates inequality and it's all horrible and bad. And this is things that are created by your government. He's walking amongst all these plastic bottles. Well, just imagine your government says, we have no way of getting water to you, so let's bring you some plastic bottles. So this is a tube steak. I thought they were like minnow size. No, those are sardines. Sardines are small. Give the people rum. Yes, give the people rum. Yeah, just looking at all of these pictures, I'm sitting going, okay, so how does this affect us? Well, we spend millions upon billions of dollars.
Who do you think is going to bail everybody out?
Exactly. Whenever you destroy your own natural resources and you don't have the wherewithal to take care of yourself, this is what happens. And then, of course, more climate change stuff. God, I can't help it because, they were just talking about ice caps melting and all that kind of stuff. And what happens? A pandemic of snow in acreage sets a record for the earliest arrival of 100 inches of snow.
Nice.
Isn't that wonderful? Anchorage, Alaska, even by Alaskan standards, that's a lot of snow this winter. Global climate change. It caused it. So far, more than 8.5 feet or 2.6 meters that roofs on commercial buildings are collapsing around Anchorage, and officials are urging residents to break out their shovels and avoid a similar fate at home. Over the weekend, there was nearly 16 more inches of snowfall, pushing Alaska's largest city past the 100-inch mark earlier than any other time in its history. Not even winter-savvy Anchorage residents are getting fed up with. Okay, it's just so stupid. This year, the roofs of 3 commercial structures collapsed under heavy loads of snow. Well, that's because you were not building your buildings to handle snow. Because, global warming is making the ice cap. Well, we'll never have snow again, ever. Just like we'll never have rain again. Never gonna dance again.
Don't drink water. There's too nasty in it.
So you ready? You ready for more destruction in California? I don't wish destruction on anybody, but here you go. Avian flu is devastating farms in California's egg basket as outbreaks roil the poultry industry.
Look at that. Now my eggs are going to cost more money again.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is, to raise prices on your eggs, because we're in short supply, because it's not like eggs, chickens don't have eggs. It's smart.
Oh, I guess I need to buy more girls this year.
Yeah, it's a trauma. We're all going through grief as a result of it. Okay. Petaluma is known as the egg basket of the world. It's devastating to see the egg basket go up in flames. A year after the bird flu led to record egg prices and widespread shortages, the disease known as highly pathogenic avian influenza is wreaking havoc in California, which escaped earlier a wave of outbreaks that devastated poultry farms in the Midwest. Yeah, the big boys are losing money. It's a novel idea, but if you take a lot less money, just a lot less money, find your neighbor that has chickens and you purchase some of those eggs from them, you could probably get them a lot cheaper than you could if you went to the store.
Well, yeah, depending on when, yeah, for sure. Because they were, man, when I buy eggs at the store, I buy the 5 dozen. And it used to be I could get it for like $3 to $5.
Right.
And then it like year and a half ago, they were dang near $20 a box. Now they're $10.
Yeah. I'm so tired of waiting for a giant meteor. Well, don't wait too long. There'll be another one coming at us. There will be another devastation and mass horrible things are going to happen. The highly contagious virus has ravaged Sonoma County. Well, that's, my wife likes Sonoma Pinots. Yeah. Where officials have declared a state of emergency. Okay. Dealing an economic blow to farmers, workers, and their customers. But mostly their customers. We still have migration going on for another couple of months, so we got to be as vigilant as possible to protect our birds. The loss of local hens led to a spike in egg prices in San Francisco Bay Area. Or maybe they just need to stop throwing eggs at cops. Over the holidays, before supermarkets and restaurants found suppliers from outside the region. Well, that's what you usually do. I think it's an I hate that word, issue for the commercial poultry industry. The virus is on every continent except for Australia at this point. Go figure. I wonder why. Maybe because they have shit locked down and they quarantine animals before they come on. Maybe. And then, of course, here it comes. Climate change is increasing the risk of outbreaks as changing weather patterns disrupt the migratory patterns of wild birds. Okay, wild birds and chickens are completely different beasts. In California, the outbreak has impacted more than 7 million chickens and about 40 commercial flocks and 24 backyard flocks, with most of the outbreaks occurring over the past 2 months in the North Coast and Central Valley, according to USDA. All right. wild birds that are full of virus, and if you expose your birds to these wild birds, they might get infected and ill. Well, okay. Advises owners' backyard chickens to wear clean clothes and shoes to protect their flock from getting infected. Why would you be interacting with wild birds? Just saying. Virus got to the birds so bad so quickly. You walked in and the birds were just dead. Heartbreaking doesn't describe how you feel when you walk in and perfectly healthy young birds have just been laid out. Yeah, that happens. Eat the bugs. Eat the bugs. Interesting. Florida judge in Tucker case just recused himself from any other further proceedings. That's amazing. I didn't know
That was
that.
probably for the best after Tucker went on Kurt's stream.
Yeah. Yeah. See, this is why you wait until a case is complete and finished before you.
Did they talk about how they're wiping out entire flocks because of a suspected case of it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We have a long road ahead. We're going to make another run of it and try to keep his family of employees together because they worked so hard to build this into the company that it is.
You need to know what meant, Eris.
I thought that judge was pretty fair.
Why I think it's good that he recused himself? Did you see Kurt's interview with Tucker? He went off on about the judge, how he was corrupt and blah blah blah. He would just went up one side and down the other on the judge. And I thought that he did an amazing job with him. He bent over backwards for him. And he was accusing him of all kinds of stuff. So I think it's probably best that he just said, deuces, I'm out.
That was exactly, that's one of the smartest things he could have done. Just be like, you know what? I'm not going to deal with this guy's shit. I thought I was pretty damn fair with him.
He was. I thought he did a great job.
I mean,
they're always going to have stuff that you don't agree with, but I thought he did a good job.
Yeah. Yeah. The judge was overly fair with Tucker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not saying that the guy shouldn't be free or anything like that. I'm just saying that
I still don't think that the state has a case, but this moron's going to run his mouth right into prison.
Exactly.
He thinks that because he got this hung jury, because he was lucky enough to have one juror. It was 1 to 11. He had one juror that was good enough to him to hang on and not fold to the other 11. He was lucky. Well, now it's just a hung jury though. Like they're coming back after him. They've already said they're doing it now. They're going to retry him. You're probably not going to get that lucky a second time.
Probably not. But hey, judge that lost him approximately 15 years off his life from cringe that trial. Tucker should be happy. Yeah. So, of course, speaking more political bullshit, the Biden administration said Friday it's delaying consideration of new natural gas export terminals in the United States, even as gas shipments to Europe and Asia have soared since Russia's invasion of Ukraine. So, handicapping the LNG, especially in like New Orleans and things like that, is not wonderful. In his decision announced as this election year kicks off, aligns the Democrat, it's not Democratic, it's Democrat president with environmentalists who fear the huge increase in exports of liquefied natural gas, or LNG, is locking in potentially catastrophic planet-warming emissions when Biden is pledged to cut pollution by 2030. Why? So basically, you're not offsetting the cost because you have to sort of have imports, exports to keep the economy flowing. This handicaps the economy. The more that you handicap it, the worse that it gets. I know what kind of stock I'm going to be buying. because it's gonna soar whenever it finally is allowed to be released, which will happen. Because
Right?
you can only contain it for so long before, well, it's got to go somewhere, and guess what? The prices will be really, really low until you're trying to get rid of it, and then those prices are going to jump. I know what kind of stock I'm going to be buying. Industry groups and Republicans condemn the pause as a win for Russia. Absolutely. While environmentalists cheered it in a way, well, then they can take their ass over to Russia. How's that? Go protest over in Russia.
Right?
See how far that gets you.
Please.
LNG is
Please do.
short for liquefied natural gas and occurs when gas is cooled to about negative 260 degrees to 162, changing it into a liquid that can be stored and shipped safely aboard specially designed vessels to destinations around the globe. Upon arrival, the gas is reheated to return it to its gaseous state and transported by pipeline to distribution companies, industrial consumers, and guess what? Power plants. Natural gas is used to heat homes, businesses, and often produced in the United States through a technique known as fracking that has unlocked vast supplies underneath the ground. U.S. gas exports rose sharply after Russia's February 2022 invasion of Ukraine. Now the Biden administration says, no, we will have none of that. And we will say, screw you. The DA is going harder on Tucker the second time because the jury was mostly in their favor. Yeah. Look, you dumbass. Pollution is not as big of a problem in the U.S. as it is in other China countries. Yeah. It has no problem burning tons and tons and tons of coal to power up their power plants.
Right.
Why Biden delays consideration of LNG export terminals? Oh, this decision, of course, they say is complicated because Biden has praised U.S. exports in the past, but not anymore. He didn't praise U.S. exports whenever he shut down the Keystone Pipeline, and those were imports.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He has faced strong criticism of a minority of environmental groups who worry about the rapid expansion of LNG exports. They're worried about everything. They would have you living off of in a grass hut, burning cow shit to survive. That's what environmentalist people think is clean living.
Well, not cow though, because they're killing the ozone. So
no, no cow, because you wouldn't kill the cows. You wouldn't eat the cows. That's what's killing the ozone. See?
Well, I thought it was their farts.
Well, of course, but whenever nobody's eating them, there's you don't have the mass beef industry that's growing tens of thousands of cattle
Oh,
and
yeah.
eating them because
We'll sterilize them all so we don't have new ones.
Exactly. I mean, cows are clones anyway, so what does it matter? But but he has faced strong criticism from environmental groups. Biden's commitment to phasing out fossil fuels such as oil, gas, and life in general. Because what happens in those landfills, those giant landfills, is you're like dumping garbage on top of garbage on top of garbage. All that stuff breaks down, and guess what it turns into? Natural gas. It's amazing how that works. LNG capacity has doubled in recent years and set to double again under projects already approved. The White House said current methods the Energy Department uses to evaluate LNG projects it does not adequately, don't say don't, it doesn't, might be more closer to it, adequately account for potential cost hikes for American consumers and manufacturers over the impact of greenhouse gas emissions. Oh, Jesus. What does Biden's action do? The pause will allow officials to update the way the Energy Department analyzes LNG. Jesus. The pause will have no immediate effect on U.S. gas supplies to Europe or Asia. Right. I don't buy that. It's not the cows farting. Perhaps the source of all methane. Perhaps it's the source. Birds are used to be real. Windmills kill them all.
Ah, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Check out.
Yeah, I got to see those windmills whenever we were in France. I was not impressed.
You had to go to France to see them? I can go
No,
down
no,
the
we
road
just.
and see a farm of them.
Oh no, they have the solar farms like on our way to Florida. They have massive solar farms. We're talking about hundreds and hundreds of acres
Oh,
as
yeah.
far as
We
the eye
have
can
tons
see
of
of solar
solar
farms.
and tons of windmill farms.
And do you know how much animal life and plant life that destroys?
Right. Well, look at all the farms they're destroying and all the animals, and
Hmm.
it's gross.
It is. It is.
And what happens when one of them breaks down?
Well, then everything else starts to break down also.
Because you can't fix them. They're just done, so they just go to a graveyard.
What goes into a landfill?
Mm-hmm.
You can't recycle that? Come on.
Nope.
Amazing. Amazing how that works. So and you also have to, never mind, use natural resources to make them. Let me be clear. The
Yeah.
US is
Right?
already the number one exporter of LNG. Okay. What does that matter? If you're not able to export, oh, okay, that's, it's equity. It's not equitable because somebody else will step in. Granholm said other officials declined to say how long the permitting pause will last, but say officials will study how LNG projects will affect the environment, the economy, and national security. Okay, it has nothing to do with national security. Process that will take some months. A public comment period after that will likely delay any decision on pending LNG projects until after the November election. Go figure. I know kind of stock I'm going to be buying today. Environmentalists hailed Biden's decision. Okay. Like, when was the last time we really listened to an environmentalist and took what they had to say as gospel? And it's worked out
Yeah,
to
and it's worked out. Plenty of people
be
listen to it.
helpful. I'm just, oh yeah, of course, a lot of people listen to him, but I mean, how many times is something that an environmentalist has said has actually worked out for the betterment of
Well, aren't we
of
supposed to
of the
be gone by
world?
now already, like 10 times over?
Oh yeah, I mean, we burned up in asteroids, and the dinosaurs came
Yeah.
back, and we're living in Jurassic times now. I don't understand why they keep calling it fossil fuel, because the fuel does not come from fossils.
Right?
It is not dinosaur crap.
Right.
Jesus.
Drill it,
It's
baby, drill it.
it's a funny meme, but it's not true. Uh, Never mind. If I have to go through the whole process of how this stuff came about, how we ended up with natural resources, then we I would just put a
But
boat.
Shizzy, it's just that I'll run out because all the dinosaur poop is gonna be gone.
Oh, Jesus. What do industry groups and Republicans say? What does it matter? The American Petroleum Institute, the largest lobbying group for the oil and gas industry, because who else is going to do it, called Biden's action a win for Russia and a loss for American allies. Not really, but I see where you're coming from. Said no, because Republicans are just as guilty of this bullshit. So, Republicans, go fuck yourself until you can get your head out of your ass, because you're part of the fucking problem. Whenever you give these people energy, you're part of the problem. It's like, hey, you don't want, you think that global warming is destroying stuff. Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't we take everything away from you that's made by petroleum products and go fuck yourself? You want to be an environmentalist? Hey, sounds good to me. Take your ass over there. There you go. Here, take your ass out into the desert. Just go on a spirit journey, or go take your ass in the middle of the woods and survive off of nothing but those natural resources you want to protect so much. Do it without plastic. Do it without metal. do it without fuel. Go ahead. As you spark up another cigarette, one of your hand rolled cigarettes after you destroy the tobacco industry. Okay. Oh, that sort of sucks, doesn't it? I've been dedicated recycler for 40 years, and you're now 98% certain it's a hoax. Exactly. Well, especially whenever you find out, like here in Georgia, they have two separate trucks that come and pick up the trash and the recycling, and all of the trash goes to one place and all the recycling goes to the same place too.
Okay.
Because they don't have any place to put the recycling, nobody wants to accept it in, so it gets sent to the same landfill, just a different part of the landfill, but it still gets sent to the landfill. They charge you extra for it too, because now you got your special blue container. It makes you look all special and wonderful, and you feel so good about saving the planet. And they're just picking up the same shit and taking it to the same place, just two different trucks to make you feel much better. So they have to hire more people, use more fuel.
That's what it is. It's all about making you feel good.
Exactly.
And getting money.
But Shizzy, now you have the joy of an extra truck driving through your neighborhood. I know, isn't it wonderful? I'm actually really nice to the garbage men and the recycling people and all that stuff. It's not their fault. They just shake their head like, hey, I get paid. I don't care. I'll pick up your nasty shit to a dump, but I get paid. I get money. I don't care. Oh my. Yeah, that's the kind of silliness that I've been seeing.
Yes.
I've got something. And that brings me to just a nice little interlude here, if I can bring it up. This is always a question that you hear. Do we need men? Do we need men?
Do we need men?
No.
Do we need men?
Honestly, no.
Do we need men?
No.
Why?
Because they suck.
I had to mute the music. So
do we need men?
Honestly, no.
Do we need men?
No.
So
But who's going to open the jars?
Yeah. Do we need men?
You should do all 45s, Maddie.
Yeah, 45s is pretty damn awesome.
You should do 2 solid hours of 45s. I love them.
All right. So this is also something that of course I'm going to talk about. So more political bullshit. And I don't care how you feel about this. I'm just having to bring this up because it is news, and it can be touchy. So if you're triggered by it, then you know where the mute button is. Republican legislatures in some states are trying to keep abortion off the ballot, as they should. Well, in their states, maybe not, but off the main ballot, they should.
Right.
In Chicago, legislative efforts in Missouri and Mississippi. Okay, what does that have to do? Oh, what does it have to do with Chicago? Missouri and Mississippi are attempting to prevent voters from having a say over deleting children, building on the anti-deleting children strategy seen in other states. Democrats and abortion rights advocates say the efforts are evidence that Republican lawmakers and deleting baby people opponents are trying to undercut democratic processes meant to give voters a direct role in forming state laws. They're scared of the people and their voices, so the response is to prevent their voices from being heard. That makes no sense, but okay. There's nothing democratic about that. And it's the same blueprint we've seen in Ohio, all these other states again and again. Since the U.S. Supreme Court overturned the constitutional right to killing babies in 2022, voters in 7 states have either protected killing baby rights or defeated attempts to curtail them in statewide votes. Democrats have pledged to make the issue a central campaign topic for this year's races up and down the ballot. And they just sent it back to the states. Stop misleading people. They sent that ability back to the states to make their touchy starts pushing random buttons. A proposal passed Wednesday by the Mississippi House would ban residents from participating in killing baby initiatives in the statewide ballot. Mississippi was amongst the toughest killing baby restrictions in country, with the procedure banned except to save the life of the woman or in cases of rape or incest. Wow, isn't it amazing how that works? In response to the bill, Democrat Cheeky Taylor said direct democracy shouldn't include terms and conditions. So partial term, deleting babies is okay. Don't tell anyone, don't let anyone tell you this is just about killing babies, Taylor says. This is about how Republican Party, who thinks they know what's best for you, then you know what's best for you. It's about control. So much for liberty and limited government. Okay. I'm confused because the resolution is an attempt to revive a ballot initiative process in Mississippi, which has been without one since 2021, when the Supreme Court ruled that the process was invalid because it required people to gather signatures from state's 5 previous U.S. House districts. Mississippi dropped to 4 districts after the 2000 census, but the initiative language was never updated. Republican Fred Shanks said House Republicans would not have to approve the resolution, but soon will head to Senate without the killing baby exception. Some House Republicans said voters should not be allowed to vote on changing killing baby laws because Mississippi originated in the language that overturned Roe versus Wade. It took 50 years to overturn Roe v. Wade, said Mississippi House Speaker Jason White, a Republican. We weren't going to let that be thrown out the window by folks coming out of the state spending $50 million and running an initiative through. But Mississippi Democrats and killing baby access organizations pan the exemption as limiting the voice of the people. This is extremely undemocratic way to harm access to reproductive health care. Well, I would say killing babies is sort of reproductive health care, wouldn't you? So you're killing somebody else's ability for having reproducing. If you kill something, it's not reproducing. It's a thought. Constitutional right. Tell me you don't know what you're talking about without telling me you are highly regarded. This is extremely. It's infringing on abilities for people to participate in the democratic process. Well, if you want to go into the democratic process, take your sorry ass to another
Move to one
that is a democracy and tell me how it works there. Because we are a constitutional republic. In Missouri, one of the several states where killing baby rights initiative would go before voters in the fall, plans supported by anti-killing baby groups would require initiatives to win a majority vote in 5 of the state's 8 congressional districts, in addition to a simple statewide majority. The proposal comes days after Missouri's Killing Baby Rights campaign launched its ballot measure effort in aiming to enshrine killing baby rights to the state constitution. Missouri killing baby rights groups have criticized Republican State Jay Ashcroft, saying it's an attempt to impede the initiative by manipulating the measure ballot summary. A Missouri appeals court recently found the summaries were politically partisan and misleading. Of course they were. When asked in a recent committee hearing if the GOP proposal was an attempt to get rid of direct democracy, I would say absolutely, you should get rid of direct democracy because it's fucking horrible. The Republican Representative Ed Lewis said, I think that our founding fathers were about as fearful of direct democracy as we should be. That's why they recreated a republic. Nice thought, isn't it? And
Right?
it's actually spelled with a capital R. Republic is spelled with a capital R. Sam Lee, a leftist, lobbyist for Campaign Life Missouri, testified on Tuesday the need for provisions like this to make sure the rights of the minority aren't trampled upon. But the rights of the minority are trampled upon whenever you kill hundreds of thousands of Black children in abortion clinics a day. The concern of our founders and the concern of many people through the decades and years is to avoid having the tyranny of the majority. Democrat State Majority Leader John Rizzo said controlling who can vote on what subjects has been the highest priority of the Republican Party for the last 20 years, but I still disagree, and they should keep all of that shit out of the federal government, leave it to the states. If you don't like what your state's doing, vote to change it or get the fuck out of that state.
Yep.
People do it. People do it all the time. And of course, this is what he said in an interview. This is how democracies die. We're watching it real time. This is the scariest moment I've seen in my lifetime. I thought the insurrection was the scariest moment of your lifetime.
Right?
Democrat Joe Adams criticized the plan in part by alleging that the state's congressional legislative districts are gerrymandering to favor Republicans. That would make it nearly impossible for a killing baby measure to be approved under the proposed legislation. And see, you put it into context, and it really changes that language quite a bit, doesn't it? Attempts to keep the killing baby measures off the ballot in Missouri and Mississippi follow a similar blueprint in other states to target the ballot initiative process, a form of direct democracy available to voters in only about half the states. Florida's Republican Attorney General has asked the state Supreme Court to keep a proposed killing babies' right amendment off the ballot. As a killing babies' right coalition this month reached the necessary number of signatures to qualify it for the 2024 ballot. In Nevada, a judge on Tuesday approved a killing babies' rights ballot measure petition as eligible for signature gathering, striking down legal challenge by anti-killing baby groups attempting to prevent the question from going before voters. Ohio killing baby rights advocates said last year's statewide vote to enshrine killing baby rights on the state constitution was about as much about killing babies as it was a referendum on democracy themselves. They said Republicans tried to obstruct the democratic process before the vote and attempt to ignore the will of the voters after the amendment passed. You getting my point here? Yeah. Ohio Republicans called the special election in August and blah, blah. It wasn't just about killing babies. The Scheffling, chief political advocacy officer of the ACLU last fall, Ohio passed. It's about the will the majority be heard? Yeah. So now you know how I feel about killing babies.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. I don't think it's a good thing, but
I don't.
also I don't tell what other people have to do. Me personally, I think it's a bad, horrible, cruel thing to do. But I also don't, it's not my decision on what other people do. I can't force somebody to not. And I don't think that the state should either. Just because I disagree with something, I don't think that the state should have that say so.
I got kids today. Yeah. They're fantastic.
Gotta love kids. Gotta love kids. There's days just like there was that option. Damn it.
No.
I'm kidding.
I was adopted, so I have some very strong opinions on it. So
I have a half brother that was adopted.
No, so I don't tend to talk about them a whole lot on the internet, but because people are crazy.
Yeah. No, I have a half brother that was adopted. My mother gave him up for adoption whenever he was just a baby. And we reconnected after close to 50 years.
Yes. Yeah, I met my biological family when I was in my 20s.
Yeah. And he's just, he was like, I always wondered what she would be like and him and all that kind of stuff. And then once he found out what she's like, he was like, oh, I'm so sad that you had to deal with that shit. And the same way with his, he didn't have a peachy life either. His mother became a hard alcoholic after his father passed. And, she just had a rough go of it also. But I mean, you still survive. You still end up being, the person you are because of the way you're brought up. Part of it's genetic and part of it's the way you're brought up. That's the way I look at it. It's like, some of his outlook is, from the life that he's lived and the things that
Oh,
he's
that's it.
done.
It's amazing how much my little sister is like me. Like, we grew up in completely different environments, and her and I are so much alike.
Yep.
It's crazy.
It is an amazing thing. It is an amazing thing. And I hope that you guys are still with me. If you think we're killing babies, it should be at least labeled as a form of legal homicide. Exactly. That's why I refuse to sit there and pander to it whenever somebody starts talking
Well,
about abortion rights. I just say killing baby rights. I mean, just say
yeah.
call it what it is. You're killing a baby. And if you're uncomfortable with that, well, then you should be uncomfortable with that.
Yeah, you should be.
I mean, that's how I've looked at this kind of thing. Daughter is adopted and she's a great gift for us. Absolutely. And there's nothing wrong with having adoption. There are other ways to do it. I'm not going to, but also again, I'm not going to tell somebody what they have to do, what they should do, what they are going to be required by law to do. That's not my place. And it should be also not the government's place. You should take this out of the hands of the government. Take back your rights and your freedoms from your government.
I'm with Brandon. I think we should just start calling it what it is, and then maybe we can move on from there.
Right. Call it what
But
it
if you
is.
can't acknowledge what it is, then I'm not gonna talk about it, because we're not on the same plane.
Same page.
We're not. Yeah.
Let me grab some more coffee. I'll be right back. It'll
Okay.
take me just a minute.
All right. What's up, humans? I think David's getting ready to do Crumbly again. I got a link today. I have nothing to talk about because I really don't want to talk about that. My opinions on that are not for everyone. I think that should be outlawed. Also, think state should support the mother during the. No, I don't know about that. I think maybe take a little personal responsibility. But of course, then I always go back to the, oh, what about this case and that case? Oh, the less than 1%. Yep, I agree, Eris.
It's not a surprise that having sexual intercourse is likely to cause small things to grow inside a woman's body. Take responsibility. Yes. Yes. Big thing for me is government shouldn't be involved in the decision. Exactly.
Yeah, you had a choice. You had a choice before
Mhm.
conception.
Yes. There's always a choice.
It's not a surprise.
And I mean, so I'll get a little personal here. Maybe I won't get personal on this. Is it probably best if I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my outlook on it. And you don't have to agree with me, but you do.
And I get super annoyed at the, if you disagree with us and you're a man, you don't get an opinion because you're a man.
No, you're part of the
But
process.
if you agree with us, then that's okay. You can have all the opinions you want. I hate that.
Yeah.
I am, if I don't want what happened because of a choice that I made, I can go unalive it. But if the guy that was involved in that choice he's got to pay child support for 18 years. He doesn't get a choice in that.
either he has to pay child support for 18 years, or he's never allowed to see.
Yeah.
He's never allowed to see that child's
And she can
fruition.
go take care of it without any input from him. What if he wanted that baby?
Right. Well, and here's the argument that I would make to that. Now you're forcing a woman to carry something that she doesn't want to carry. And I agree. She should have thought about that before she stuck it in her woohoo.
Yeah, I'm not team at all woman's choice for that. You had a choice. You made your choice. Your choice was to open your legs. So I don't subscribe to that belief that it's a woman's choice. As I said, I have some strong opinions on it, and they're not for everybody.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
When, like I said, with my outlook on that is, sometimes those accidents do happen where unintended.
But it's not an accident.
Right. You still spread.
It's a consequence of your actions.
Exactly.
And that's the whole problem with this country is nobody wants to be responsible for their actions.
Well, and because women are able to have children at a much younger age, that gets a little more tricky. They can be very sexually promiscuous, and it comes down to maybe. But
don't you dare talk about abstinence in school.
Exactly. Why would you do
or
that?
No,
we start talking about sex ed. What, they're 10 years old whenever they start talking about sex ed now?
I don't know. I don't
send
my kids to the government school system, so
government mandated. You ever know schools are built just like prisons? Same people that build prisons are the same people that build schools. Same architecture, same design, just a different inside. I wish I could play the music on this, but it's the music will get me in trouble. And sure this tab instead. So if you've never seen this, this is hilarious. If you could hear what she's saying, what he's saying, luckily it reads it out. How's the drive? Wasn't too bad, right? Like take off your clothes. What? Take off your clothes. Did I stutter? What are you talking about? We know damn well I didn't come over here to talk about the drive. Get in the back. Let's go. I got time to waste. Are you serious? Yes. Is this a joke? Like, does it look like I'm joking? Take off your clothes. Do you need help? I thought we was going to get some like ice cream or something. Get to know me. Ice cream. You bro, damn well no one gets ice cream when they say they want ice cream. Get in the back. Let's go. What? What? Talk about things that never happened. That's pretty funny. I got a kick out of that. Let's see. And this will make your day. This will make your day here. Mm-hmm. Damn it.
Oh, I love it. The pets. I'm the captain now. I love it.
Oh,
That was adorable.
you forgot this is my home.
Right?
Oh, is that made
I
by
think
some
all
feminist
orchestras should have a
organization?
cat now.
Yeah. we call bad classical music cat jammer, or equals cat jamming.
Nice.
That's hilarious. I couldn't. I had to. I had to show that this morning. That was wonderful.
That was cute.
And this here, I got two for you. So let's see. And right here, because this one's pretty cute also.
Aww.
Yeah,
That's
and that,
adorable.
see, it's this is the thing that you would miss out on whenever you kill babies. Just saying. That's what you miss out on. Sorry, I'm a bad person, aren't I?
Well, we already knew that, though. It's okay.
This one's really good.
Yes, they are, Jess. That was adorable.
So this is going to be me if I ever become like national news reporter. This is me right here.
So I got a second to take a cigarette. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, but we cut it,
girl.
so we'll see what we. It's not on yet.
We cut it.
We're here with Brian, and she's going to be telling us a little bit about Donald Trump.
Wait, hold up. My name's not Brian.
What was her name?
Brianna?
With Brianna. Look, I'm not
Brianna.
You didn't drink it all. No one's gonna respect a drunk, okay?
I'm not drunk.
Hey,
I'm tipsy. There's a difference.
hey, relax.
You're not my man. Don't tell me what to do.
What is
Listen,
You're not my
EYS?
man.
last night I was your man, and that's what I told you what to do.
That was just a one night thing. Like, what the hell, dude? Like, you think a one night thing is a relationship? I'm not gonna marry you.
I don't remember your ass.
So I got a second to.
That's funny. I mean, staged as shit, but funny.
No, I was just laughing. Horses are just very big cutie
The tooties.
Tucci's. Yeah, well, you also have to show the diaper play where they find things in their diaper and thinks it's okay to clothe them.
Oh, I know.
Oh, trust me, I know. I know. It's not all pretty. Don't jump to marriage, woman. That's right. Oh, I saw that. I was like, oh yeah, that's being brought in.
That's my spirit animal. That's cute.
Okay, so this might get me in trouble.
You live for that.
Yeah, I might for this particular one because it's so funny. It is past the season, but it still rings true. Gotta listen close.
The one that really killed me was last Christmas. We canceled a song that was written in the 1940s called Baby It's Cold Outside. People said that they were triggered, that the lyrics were rapey, and they had toxic masculinity. And that's fine if you feel that way, but radio stations across the country wouldn't play the song because people were outraged, which is fine if you feel that way. But at the exact same time, the number one song in this nation for over 2 months was Wet Ass Pussy. I am not making that up. You can look it up. Google it. So I want to wrap up my show by comparing and contrasting the lyrics of these two songs. If indeed this country has lost its fucking mind, shall we? Let's start with the horribly offensive Christmas song written just after World War II. I really can't stay, baby, it's cold outside. I gotta go away, baby, it's cold outside. This evening has been so very nice. Yeah, you fucking with some wet ass pussy. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet ass pussy. Beat it up, N-word, extra large, extra hard. Put this pussy right in your face, swipe your nose like a credit card. My mother will start to worry. Beautiful, what's your hurry? My father will be pacing the floor. Listen to that fireplace roar. Well, maybe just half a drink more. Spit in my mouth. Look in my eyes. This pussy is wet. Come take a dive. Talk your shit, bite your lip, ask for a car while you ride that dick. My sister will be suspicious. Gosh, your lips look delicious. My brother will be there at the door, waves on a tropical shore. Well, maybe just a cigarette more. I don't want to spit. I want to gulp. I want to gag. I want to choke. I want you to touch that little dangly thing that's swinging the back of my throat. I submit to you, ladies and gentlemen, this country has lost its fucking mind.
That was awesome. You should send me that. That was funny. It's true too. Oh my.
Only here can I get myself in all kinds of trouble with you.
Right?
Oh my god. When I saw that,
It was better than the song.
Glad you
Mo did a dramatic reading of them when she hit so many 500 or something like that. She read well.
Oh,
She read.
Oh my god. Oh jeez.
It was hilarious.
This is pretty damn awesome. Whenever I saw this, I was like, "Where in the hell are they going with this?" But you'll see. It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling right here. This is
for sure.
This is seriously called empathy.
Eris gives up. Oh my. He's playing Frogger.
Why?
Oh. I can't even see what that is.
It's a dog.
I gotta make you bigger. Okay, I couldn't see it. The screen is little. Oh.
Poor Pooch is out in the middle of traffic.
Scared to death.
Yep.
It's all those DJs out here listening to Baby It's Cold Outside, Baldo.
The puppy is yipping. Yeah, that right there is empathy.
Oh, I love that.
That's seeing something that's really bad happening. My wrist is useless on this channel.
I love that.
All these degenerates out there, we should do something about them. Yeah.
Well, we did. We got that stinking song off the radio.
And you know, this if Yamaha Bikers is around today, this is for
I
him.
think I've seen him.
No, he was on Sunday. Yeah.
Well, I know he was in chat last night, I think, too.
This is for Yamaha right here. Yeah, this is a special kind of thing. If you've never heard Yamaha's voice, then you don't know what you're missing. We actually did something. We gathered them all together on Shizzy's channel. Exactly. This is talent right here.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Like getting the wrinkles down. Little pieces of white to get the eyes right. Bit of pink. Eyelashes. The pupil. I mean, this is unbelievable. Like, holy crap.
You know what I like? Have you seen on like AGT the ones that does the like he's like paints it and then he with whatever and then he blows shit on it and then flips it over and they're freaking amazing.
Yeah.
It just looks like an absolute mess while he's making it and then at the end it's fantastic. I love those.
Mhm.
There are some really talented humans.
Yes.
Wow.
I mean,
Look at that.
damn.
What's he doing? Making the suit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's-
cool.
Yeah. See, it's not all just political garbage that goes through here.
Yeah. Sometimes we
Oh, I wish I could play the music for this one. This is pretty
sometimes
cool.
we talk about WAPs.
Is that cool or what? Boom, boom, boom.
Jeez.
Because the music is so fitting for it too. Just watch that. Looks like he's walking all the way around. Boom. Yeah. But the music is really good on that one. Damn it. It's one of the reasons I hate the YouTube portion of it. But I did find my next project.
Oh yeah.
This is I'm going to do a baking stream. I'm totally doing this baking stream because this is awesome.
These bags have a flower on them. I think it's flour. And it came with this cute little spoon for measuring ingredients. Let's bake. Ready. They look like recessed cups. The neighbors said they're like crack. I should start a business. Time to make more. I need to eat these every 15 to 20 minutes. Everyone wants to take my muffins from me. I can hear them talking in the walls. These bags have a flower on them.
Right? Let's start a business, Eris. That was funny.
A sweet summer child. This is awesome. I'm having so much fun this morning. I got to show this one. My neighbor invited me to play
channel's
Nerf
already
Wars.
nuked. Let's keep going.
My neighbor invited me to play Nerf Wars.
Hey man, can I help you?
I noticed you just moved in. The guy that used to live here, him and I were digging a Nerf. I'm gonna leave it. Don't feel any pressure, but if you want to, hey.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh! Hello! Oh my god, bro. I'm not doing it today. Why? What's wrong? Because I'm just having a bad day. You good? Yeah. I'm good. You're not. Whoa. You're in my apartment? Dude, that's too far. Jack let me in. Doesn't count, dude. Check your game on button. Oh my god. Chris. What's up, man? Did you really think that was gonna work? Maybe.
Hey man, can I help you?
I love that. I want to live in that building.
Oh, I love it. Oh, my freshman dorm was like this. They had Nerf guns stashed everywhere. Yeah, it's fun. Nobody's getting hurt. You're just. It was back in the what was it? I want to say it was the 80s. They had this thing called tag where they had like paintball guns, and they even made a movie about it. I'm trying to think the guy that was damn, he did the voice of Ultron in the Avengers. I'm trying to think what his name is off the top of my head, but yeah, he was in that movie.
Eris, we need to bring some to Dollywood.
And for you pet lovers out there, I've got another one for you. This is for you pet lovers. You ready? Okay, here we go.
Poor things.
Lord of the Rings.
Have you seen that one where they cut into that cake that's a dog cake and the dog's like,
like, what? What are you doing? Like, why? Oh my gosh.
My sister had birds and I went to go grab something out of her freezer one day and she had a dead one in there. It was just like in a plastic bag. I'm like, why? I'm like, is this what when your other birds are naughty, or did you just take them to the freezer and show them this could be you? Like, what do you have that in there for? I think she was waiting till spring to bury it or something, but I'm like, why is there a dead cockatoo in your fridge or in your freezer?
So, one last thing, and we'll leave it at Orc Doggos. Yes, yeah, James Spader. Thank you very much, Baldo Gagger. James Spader. So he did a movie. I think it was Tag, where he ends up finding out that like somebody, they mistake him for like some assassin or something like that, and he's just playing with a paintball gun. Like that was
Nice.
the whole game. It was a horrible movie, but it was funny, you know.
I was gonna say this will surprise you, but I've never even heard of that movie.
Yeah, well,
I know I'm kind of a movie buff and all.
I'm sort of old.
Feral Pineapple.
Feral Pineapple. Here we go.
Since nobody wants to let me in the TikTok, I'm going to fit in my own locker. Look what I just did. The door shut. Oh, how much shut it on myself.
Oh.
The door shut and everything. I know. This isn't my locker.
It's 38, right?
I'm 36. Okay. This isn't. Oh.
Why the frick would you get in some random?
Because it was the only one open.
Open your own locker.
No, there's no point in that. Okay, it's. I already told you it's 45, 25, 41. No. Oh my god, y'all are literally go get somebody or something. I need to get out of this locker. Guys, it's literally oh my god, guys! It's literally so hot in here. Please get me out.
Okay, go get the teacher.
Since nobody wants.
This is why you don't do stupid shit for TikToks.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Oh god, now.
Waldo, is that the movie with the scene in the woods?
Let's see. James Spader and Tag. Let's see, what was the name of it? Was it Tag?
Oh, I was talking about The Secretary.
No. It was an old movie. I'm pretty sure it was James Spader. It might have been somebody else. I'll just look James Spader because I'm curious now. Maybe it wasn't called Tag, but it was basically like a game of tag. Movies. It would have been like in the 80s. And
Well, I definitely wouldn't know it then.
Let's see. Shadow Fear, Alien Hunter, A Witness. Speaking of sex, see all. No. Slow Burn, no. The Watcher. Supernova, Critical Care. 97. Maybe the 80s. White Palace, Bad Influence. No. Rachel Papers, Sex Last Videotape. No, that's 98. Baby Boom, Mannequin, Pretty in Pink. He was good in that one. Star-Crossed, Tough Turf, No Killer in the Family Diner, Family Tree, Endless Love. Maybe it wasn't that one. Maybe it was wrong. Maybe I'm wrong on who it was.
Yeah, there's a scene in the woods where he ties her to a tree.
Yeah. Let's see. I'll look it up. Let's see. 1980s movie Tag. I'm pretty sure that was the name of it. Tag, the assassin game. Yeah. Starring Robert Carradine and Linda Hamilton. Why did I think it was? It's called The Assassination Game, where everybody gets it in the end. Yeah, that's the one. 1982. Directed by Nick Castle with Robert Carradine, Linda Hamilton, Christine D. Bell, and Perry Lang. Yeah, that's it. It was. Wow, how did I get that mistaken? Yeah, this is the one. The Assassination Game, 1982. Here we go. Share this tab instead. So yeah, they basically would go around like tagging each other. And then it turns into like Susan participates in an assassination game in which every player tries to shoot another with a toy dart gun only until one remains. Pretending to do research for his newspaper, student Alex Marsh teams up with attractive Susan Schways. While doing his best to win her over and helping her find her targets, Alex discovers that this year the game may be more serious than most contenders realize. This time the butler didn't do it. About Carradine once. That's funny. Yeah, see you on Moe's, and that's where I'm going to be sending everybody as soon as it's time. I forgot to do that because I am a horrible human being.
Guess what I got?
What?
I got a link from David today. And he said, you better make an appearance. So I got to go do that.
Well, that's fine. Well,
See,
I
know that movie, Baldo.
Oh boy, where is it? Why is it not showing? Did I already get deleted off?
I do watch some movies.
Oh, there it is. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send everybody over to Moe's anyhow. So, because that's the kind of guy I am. So that way you don't have to go search her out. You'll just automatically end up over there. Oh, and she's already live. Well, there you go.
Awesome.
So with that, everybody, you have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon, morning, evening, and I will probably be doing a stream tonight. And I forgot to mention that last night that I was going to carry on with the more of the Sadie stuff. So anybody that's hopefully Mo will be able to make it if she can. That'd be awesome. If not, then
Matthew?
I'll still be doing it anyway because she's got an open invite, as do you, Farrell, to come by and check that out.
I'll be at work tonight.
Hey, you can still listen in. It's all good.
I can listen to you until 2:00, and then I have to listen to Maddie.
There you go. Well, I won't be on until 2:00, I guarantee you.
Okay.
All right, with that, y'all, peace.